The Apple update intraday, that was like violence. It was, the bull should thank God for Amazon, because if Amazon didn't do what it did on the other side of it, I mean, market could have had easily a 2% intraday reversal from its highs, which had some volatility control fund buying in there. There's a lot that got that, in addition to coming off low end of the range. But man, like, were people like, I tweeted this because I was driving home and I was stuck in traffic. So I was listening to the CNBC commentary on the close, and it's convenient, right? Like, it's like Apple's not even a stock. It's like they didn't even talk about it. It's like, let's just talk about Amazon. It's like this thing was getting pile driven into the close on Friday. I mean, that quarter was dog shit, relative to what that stock had done. I know you and I essentially, I called it dog shit, but you said, look, I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, if you're a bull on Apple, you have thoughts on that? Like, if you're a bull on Apple, first of all, it broke trend too. I mean, so today it's neutral, which I didn't, my risk range wasn't implying that line was even in play, but that's what I mean. Like, it got pile driven. It went right through the low end of the range, through trend. That's what makes something go down faster, by the way, which is why, I built the process that way to identify that. But what would make you buy Apple?
If you look at what's been happening with Apple since 2018, every year leading up to that, the iPhone number that Apple would set for the supply chain would be this like big number, big increase from last year. Supply chain, struggles to get there. Of course, there's like the little inventory cycles up and down around that, but like typically up and to the right. Since 2018, we basically, orders to the supply chain that year were sort of like a peak year. 2019 was down, 2020 was down due to supply chain. 2021 was a big recovery year back to that 2018 number. 22 is down, 23 is down. So it's been a long time since Apple made like a new high in terms of number of units that it has sold. So more and more, I think bulls on Apple have to be thinking that Apple has some kind of a functionality, some new functionality that is bringing to market in the iPhone that is going to get people to come and buy this thing. So, obviously, if it turn Siri into a generative AI tool, maybe I don't know, that's probably marginal. People will buy it for now, but some kind of catalyst that will get people to the market. But the overall is not so healthy. I would say it shows some sign of saturation. Obviously, it's better than what Android's doing. That ecosystem is selling worse than Apple. Apple takes share every year, but like it's still not great. And it's some kind of like a unit plateau, at least for now. And I'll say in the backdrop, one of the things that I think about a little bit about the iPhone is that in 2018, Qualcomm launched the quad core for the iPhone. And so now you went from 1 CPU core to 4. And the programs and applications that we have on the iPhone today don't fully utilize all 4 cores. They're still like a core and a half in terms of utilization. Now, to me, that means that phones aren't going to burn out as fast, so you don't need to replace them as fast because you're underutilizing the computing capacity of the phone. So that's one kind of like thought that I have. And that the next unit cycle for Apple in a positive sense will be when sort of like we're above that 2 level, 2.5, maybe 3, a core is getting utilized regularly. That's going to cause burn through and cause refresh rates to rise, and some driven by some kind of new functionality that people are using the phone for that will push people, to buy more. So I would say like that's kind of the thing that I'd be looking for to get constructive, that I would get constructive about. The 3-year form factor change, thing doesn't excite me. The only other thing that would excite me is if like Apple decided instead of buyback, maybe that it was going to be like the dividend machine of the world. And then it was just going to have like 7-8% dividend yield. Then it's like, okay, why not? Why wouldn't I own that? Right? So I'd own it for that maybe, but like I don't until we get some kind of major new breakthrough that's going to drive a growth, not just a refresh rate, then I'm probably not a bull in that sense.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.